2013 is seen by many in the LEGO community to be one of the greatest years in the history of LEGO Star Wars, and I definitely agree. It was a turning point in both set and minifigure design. Many iconic Star Wars sets were released this year, based on Attack of the Clones, The Clone Wars, and Return of the Jedi. The Rancor Pit is among these, and it's still a very unique set among the greater plethora of LEGO Star Wars products that have been released, being the only version of this iconic scene and iconic Star Wars creature depicted in LEGO form. This set has 380 pieces and retailed for $59.99 US. It was on shelves for 2 years, during which it had an overlap period for a year with 9516 Jabba's Palace, with which this set could be combined. Before discussing the set itself, let's take a look at the included minifigures. If you count the Rancor, this set has 5 minifigures, varying in quality and desirability. We'll start with the titular creature himself. LEGO rarely makes new creatures for their Star Wars line, especially when it comes to brand new molded creatures. This Rancor was highly anticipated at the time of release, and still holds up extremely well to this day. He consists of 19 pieces, 10 of which are new molds. In total, 6 new molds were developed for this LEGO creature: the arms, hands, fingers, lower jaw, and combined body-legs-head element. This large piece is very complex and features some excellent molding, including the creature's tail at the back, as well as feet with anti-studs on the bottom, which allow you to attach him to other pieces. The Rancor's back is ridged with spikes, which run from the snout to the tail. 2 studs are placed atop each shoulder, allowing you to customize the beast with additional builds on top, or place minifigures on top of it. The face features molding depicting the animal's nostrils, as well as printed eyes, which match the design of normal minifigure eyes, a nice design touch. Additional white printing adorns the creature's upper and lower teeth, and the jaw can be opened quite wide. A minifigure can fit partially into the Rancor's mouth, to recreate the scenes where the unfortunate victims of Jabba are fed to the beast. A minifigure can't fit in all the way, instead only going halfway through to have their legs dangling out. A LEGO skeleton can, however, fit in entirely, allowing you to close the mouth while having the entire figure inside. The Rancor features a satisfying amount of posability, mainly in the arms, allowing you to raise and lower the arms, twist the wrist, and bend the fingers. I've heard that these fingers, being from the era of the notorious brittle brown, are extremely fragile and prone to cracking. Luckily, my Rancor hasn't had such problems and is still in great shape, despite years of play wear. I'm grateful for that, as each finger would cost around $10 to replace, which is quite a hefty price for such a small piece. 8 claw pieces in dark tan are used to tip his fingers. The finger and hand pieces were later used for Killer Croc from the LEGO Batman movie in olive green. The hands are designed in such a way that the Rancor can hold minifigures, which is an essential feature of the scene, and the end result looks great. The left and right arms are actually different, distinct pieces, with the right arm having an additional bracket molded to the wrist, to which a small chain can be attached. This figure is definitely the highlight of the set, and in my opinion, is one of the best molded creatures that LEGO has ever made, even outside of Star Wars. It seems I'm not the only one who thinks so either, because prices for this guy routinely run around $100 or more. The second most important minifigure in this set is Luke Skywalker, who finds himself in the dangerous labyrinths below Jabba's palace after displeasing the crime lord. This minifigure replicates the Jedi's look during the Jabba's palace segments of the film, including a torso detailing Luke's gray and black robes, with continued printing on the back. This minifigure is almost identical to the Luke included with 9496 Desert Skiff from 2012, except for the headpiece. This Luke features a double-sided headprint that was new for the set. One side features a confident smile, and the other a determined face with gritted teeth. Obviously, the angrier expression is way more fitting for this set. This head only ever appeared again in 10236 Ewok Village, which is unfortunate, because it's one of my favorite headprints for Luke Skywalker. Unfortunately, due to the dual-sided nature of the head, Luke's hair doesn't completely conceal the alternate expression from the back, but this is a common problem on minifigures with double-sided headpieces. Luke comes with a long bone piece to ward off the Rancor, a piece which was relatively new at the time. A Gamorrean Guard named Jabba also falls into the Rancor Pit with Luke, but unfortunately isn't as lucky as the young Jedi. Jabba is included here, returning from 9516 Jabba's palace. The figure features a blank brown torso piece, over which fits a richly detailed sandwich board, a reddish-brown piece decorated with numerous prints of varying colors, detailing the guard's outfit, belt, armor, face, and horns. This highly detailed piece still holds up to this day, and actually made its return in Boba Fett's throne room and the UCS sail barge. Jubnuk comes with a chicken drumstick, which is a fun, if inaccurate, accessory. Another exclusive minifigure is Malakili, the Rancor keeper who memorably cries after the Rancor is killed. His feelings for the beast are replicated here, with an alternate face shedding a tear. The rest of the figure features plain legs and a shirtless torso print with details on the front and back. The classic hood piece does a fine job of replicating Malakili's headwear from the film, but this is one instance where I feel the newer hood developed in 2019 would be a closer fit. Last up in the minifigure roster is this skeleton, which can be used as a set dressing element within the pit. It's pretty standard fare for a LEGO skeleton, and this particular version has appeared in 25 different sets, with this set being its very first appearance. In fact, it's still in use today, as of the recording of this video. The entire Rancor Pit is constructed in an overall boxy shape, matching the profile of the Jabba's Palace set. 4 major pillars give the set its vertical height, and are all connected and supported by arched support beams. These pillars are constructed using a variety of different pieces, including traditional bricks in dark tan and dark bluish gray, as well as dark bluish gray burp bricks, that is, big ugly rock pieces. The gate is the standout feature of the pit build, made up of a single portcullis element that simply slides in like so. The gate can be held up in various positions thanks to this mechanism on the outside that slots into the holes of the portcullis to hold it up. It can then be very easily dropped down to recreate Luke's victory over the Rancor. The choice to use the portcullis element for the gate isn't the most accurate design choice, as the gate in the film is a solid, rusty door, but the portcullis gets the point across, even if it isn't the most accurate. I imagine if LEGO ever decided to re-release this set, they'd have a more substantial build for the gate. Torches flank the gate and adorn the adjacent columns. A small clear tile attached to the side of this column represents the controls for the Rancor Pit gate. Here, the Luke minifigure can be posed with a skeleton head, ready to throw it at the controls to send the gate crashing down. Directly next to the gate, there's a small storehouse, presumably for Malakili. It contains a rake and a key mounted on a wall, as well as a bucket on the ground. A barred door acts as the entrance to this small storeroom, with a stud acting as a keyhole if you wish. Just outside of this door is a brown crate, into which the drumstick, or any other accessory, can be placed. The included skeleton minifigure can also be leaned up against this crate. Moving on to the next closest area of ground, we have an additional skeleton head on the ground, which rests atop a fun play feature. Grabbing the skeleton head reveals a secret compartment hidden underneath this 4x4 plate, containing another small bone and an additional key, providing a fun play opportunity and another option for Luke to plan his escape from the Rancor Pit. Hidden inside the adjacent column is yet another fun play feature. Sliding aside this burp piece reveals a small nook for a minifigure to hide in. Luke can be placed inside this to hide from the Rancor while the beast is distracted with the Gamorrean Guard. One of the major selling points of this set when it was released was the ability to be combined with the aforementioned 9516 Jabba's Palace, an incredible playset in its own right, with great play features and an outstanding minifigure selection. Unfortunately, I don't have Jabba's Palace on hand to demonstrate it for you all, but there's plenty of other videos out there that do showcase the combined nature of these two sets. The main section of the Palace set could be placed atop the Rancor Pit set, creating a stunning display piece and allowing you to use the trapdoor feature included with the Palace to drop Luke and Jubnuk into the pit. Even though I don't have that set, I've still found new and interesting ways to display this set alongside other Jabba-themed LEGO sets I do own. I've seen complaints about this set in regards to this compatible nature, stating that it doesn't work as well on its own as Jabba's Palace does, and that it relies on the Palace set for its own serviceability. I would have to disagree with that opinion. Granted, it definitely works better with the Palace, but this set is a fine playset and display piece all on its own. I remember when I bought this set over a decade ago, how much fun I had recreating the scene from the movie, as well as making up new stories of my own, all without the Palace to help me out. Displaying this set definitely gives me Balrog Book Nook vibes, and I kinda like that. Whether or not that's your thing is completely up to you. 2013 is one of my personal favorite years in the history of LEGO Star Wars, and this set is a major contributor to that. After the disappointment of 2003's Jabba's Palace set, featuring a trapdoor that led to, well, literally nothing, this set was a dream come true for many fans, myself included. It includes all of the essential characters you could possibly want for the scene. The minifigures themselves are solid, with the Rancor of course being the star of the show. I'll reiterate what I said earlier, this is definitely one of the best molded creatures LEGO has ever made in my opinion. The set itself is also quite good, serving to complement the Rancor. It looks excellent on display, and there's just the right amount of play features scattered throughout. I would highly recommend this set to anyone wishing to add it to their collection. Unfortunately, the prices for it are routinely anywhere from $200 to $300, which is kind of crazy. Much of this is due to the desirability of the Rancor figure, understandably so. Making the decision on whether or not you'd like to buy this set for yourself all comes down to how soon you think LEGO would decide to revisit this scene in the future. Personally, I'm surprised we haven't gotten a new Rancor since 2013, especially after the Book of Boba Fett featured a Rancor prominently. But who knows? LEGO just released another set from the Book of Boba Fett out of the blue, so maybe another LEGO Rancor is just around the corner. Of course, a Return of the Jedi Rancor set would probably prove much more popular. Thanks for watching, everyone! Let me know in the comments below what you think of this set, and what you'd like to see in a new Rancor-oriented set in the future, either from Episode 6 or the Book of Boba Fett. Also, thank you all for helping Babu Brick reach 500 subscribers. Your continued support is really appreciated, and this channel would not have gotten far without your guys' help. Thanks a lot, have a great day, and bye for now.